In the journey of seeking the meaning of spiritual life, there are secrets left by Jehovah that few know, and one of them is the profound meaning of the title, I Am That, which God revealed to Moses on the summit of Mount Horeb. Imagine you are lost in a vast desert. The wind's blowing through endless dunes, and when the sunset comes, the sky is painted in brilliant golden and crimson hues like burning sparks. Then suddenly, a bush ignites in flames, yet the bush is not consumed by fire. Amidst that scene, a voice resounds, so unusual that you have never heard it before, calling your name. Exactly what happened to Moses. And what followed not only changed his life, but also echoed through the stream of time. I am that. Those words are not merely a declaration, but also an affirmation of divine power, a revelation of the eternal nature of the Most High. But what is the meaning of those words? Why are they regarded as the most powerful truth in human history? In modern times, many people hastily chase after riches, luxury, and money, thinking that those things will bring security to life. But imagine if I told you that the true source of all wealth and power lies in understanding clearly the name of God, the one who spoke to Moses on Mount Horeb. He is the keeper of the key to everything, from blessing, guidance for life, to the ultimate purpose of human beings. The surprising thing here is that the name I Am That is not just an ancient phrase, but it is the answer to the great worries of modern life. Whether it is financial burdens, broken relationships, or uncertainty about the future. If you stay until the end, perhaps you will discover something that most people have never realized about this revelation. Before we begin, if you wish to understand more of God's Word and truly change your life, please subscribe to our channel right now and turn on notifications so as not to miss any inspiring videos. Please leave a comment, I trust in God, if you believe that God is guiding you through every challenge. Moses, the one whom history honors as a great prophet, never expected that a fateful day would come when he was simply a shepherd leading his flock through the barren land beside Mount Horeb. After 40 years of wandering in the desert, far from the riches and power of Egypt, where he once was a prince, now he was just a simple shepherd. But God had never forgotten him. One day, when he was strolling through a parched field, his eyes suddenly stopped before the sight of a bush burning fiercely but not being consumed. Curiosity prompted Moses to step closer, and when he approached, a voice resounded from within the burning bush. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. Exodus 3, verse 5. At that moment, Moses suddenly realized that he was standing before the presence of the Most High, an experience that moved him to the depths of his soul. That voice not only carried the meaning of a sacred presence, but also contained a great declaration. I am that. It was not only an affirmation of God's power, but also a call for Moses, for the people of Israel, and for all of us today, to realize that every hardship, every failure cannot compare to the eternal power of the Creator. When he heard those words, Moses suddenly felt his heart tremble. His doubts and worries were replaced by faith and hope. He once lived in the luxury of Egypt, but now, right in the midst of the barren land, he was called to become the messenger of deliverance, the messenger of the name, I Am That. From a personal perspective, I too have experienced moments when everything seemed to fall apart, and the path ahead was filled with darkness. There was a time when facing major decisions in life, I felt like Moses, lost, insecure because I had abandoned my old dreams. But in that very moment, I found comfort through sincere prayers, as if a ray of light had dispelled all doubts, opening up for me the path to change. And through that, I realized that no matter how many failures you have experienced, as long as you devote your whole heart to God, every burden will become lighter, and every failure will become a valuable lesson. Throughout that journey, the Bible not only teaches us about words, but also stands as living evidence of the power of spiritual communion. The verse, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, Proverbs 3:5-6, is like a sacred reminder that only by letting go of all vain ambitions and placing our trust in the guidance of the Most High can we truly feel His sacred presence. And that does not only stop at the teachings of Moses, but is also demonstrated through many other stories in the Bible. Remember the story of Hannah, the sorrowful yet faith-filled woman who prayed not by rote but from the depths of her soul, expressing her pain and longing to have a child. And as a result, God heard her plea and granted her Samuel, one of the great prophets of Israel, 1 Samuel 1, verse 10 to 20. That story teaches us that sincere prayer is not merely the repetition of memorized words, but the sharing of one's own heart with the Most High, where every pain, every dream is understood and answered with miracles. From the evidence in the Bible, we increasingly see that the way to communicate with God requires us to prepare our hearts, to be humble and loyal. From the very call to me, and I will answer you, Jeremiah 33, we have been invited to enter into a deep relationship with the Most High, a relationship not based on formality, but on genuine exchange between man and God. That is the invitation that opens the door to spiritual transformation, allowing each of us to experience the power of faith, compassion, and the boundless love of the Creator. Imagine that each time you lift up your prayer, not only does your voice echo in the endless space, but it is also a sacred connection that brings you closer to the source of infinite strength. That is precisely the moment when all worries, all fears are dispelled, leaving only faith and hope. Like after a storm, when the light of dawn filters through each dark cloud, bringing you a sense of comfort and a new beginning. And that is exactly the message that the name I Am That conveys to us. No matter how painful the past or how difficult the present, when we place our trust in the Most High, everything will be transformed in a miraculous way. If you feel like you are like Moses, lost amidst the desert sands, wondering if you have missed your chance or if it is too late to change, remember that God always sees your potential. He does not let you remain in the darkness of failure, but is always ready to guide you to the light of faith. Therefore, act today. Devote your whole heart to prayer, listen to His voice, and let faith guide you through every barrier. Let your prayers not be just a habit, but a true spiritual connection between you and the Most High. Share your story so that each shared word becomes an inspiration, a bridge that helps build a strong community of faith where the light of God always shines, guides, and shelters everyone. Every time you lift up your prayer, remember that it is not merely words, but a promise of a sacred relationship, an eternal commitment between man and the Most High, a commitment that nothing can break. In the story of Moses, when he was called from the burning bush, the first thing that God commanded was, "Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground." Exodus 3:5. That is a reminder that the presence of God sanctifies everything, from the barren land to the seemingly ordinary roads. And when he declared, "I am that," it was not only a way of introducing himself, but also an affirmation of eternal power, unbound by time or space. It is a promise that, no matter what challenge you face, the source of eternal strength is always with you. Through classic stories like those of Moses and Hannah, we recognize that true prayer is a dialogue between man and the Most High, where every word, every thought is listened to and answered by the infinite love of Him. When you feel tired, when your faith gradually fades due to life's hardships, take a moment to be still, listen to your heart, and lift up sincere prayer. Because in that moment, you will feel the sacred presence. As Psalm 34:15 states, "The eyes of the Lord are toward the righteous, and His ears are open to their cry." I too have walked through dark moments when prayer was nothing but an echo repeated over and over, not bringing about any change. But then one day I decided to pause, listen to myself, and open my heart to face God without relying on old memorized phrases. As a result, I felt a relief, a ray of inner light that illuminated the path I was on. A clear testimony that when we open our hearts, all pain will be relieved, all burdens will become lighter. And now I call on you to act. Change the way you pray, from repeating habitual words to speaking from a sincere and profound heart. Let gratitude and humility flow in every word you speak, because that is the key to unlocking a deep and lasting relationship with God. Do not hesitate to share your own story with those around you, for in every story, in every sincere sharing, we build a strong community of faith, where the light of God always shines, guides, and shelters. As the call in the Lord's Prayer goes, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name," Matthew 6:9. Every time you lift your head in prayer, remember that you are honoring the greatness of the Creator and affirming the faith that, even though life may have moments of deadlock, God is always there, ready to guide and protect you. Act today so that your prayer is not merely an echo repeated over and over, but an expression of sincere devotion and unwavering faith in the boundless love of the Most High. Together, let us build a strong community of faith, where everyone can feel the shelter and comfort of God, where sincere prayers are always answered with miraculous wonders and positive transformations in life. Do not let the habit of superficial prayer take over your mind, but devote your whole soul to every prayer, and let faith guide you through every challenge. Remember that, although prayers may be repeated as a habit, only true sincerity and genuine faith can bring about transformation from within, opening the path to eternal peace, tranquility, and happiness. If you feel that you are lost in the way you pray, remember that it is never too late to change. Open your heart, listen to the call of your soul, and step into a sacred relationship with the Most High, because only then can you truly feel the power of faith, the comfort, and the love of Him. Let us walk together on the path of the light of faith, where every prayer is a step forward, every bit of faith is a lamp that shines, and every experience is living evidence of the transformative power of God. Let prayer not be just a daily habit, but a spiritual connection that constantly renews you, strengthens you to face challenges, and guides you according to the sacred will of the Most High. When you devote your whole heart to Him, every difficulty becomes lighter, every failure turns into a valuable lesson, and every new day becomes an opportunity for you to become the best version of yourself. So start right now. Lift up your head, talk to God with all your soul and heart, and let your prayers become the thread that connects you to the inexhaustible power of faith and sacred love. Do not forget to share your experiences with those around you, because through every story, through every sincere sharing, we together build a strong community of faith, where the light of God always shines, guides, and shelters. Act today. Allow yourself to change, to be strengthened, and to open your heart to receive the miracles that He grants. Only by living with true faith can we truly taste the sweet flavor of freedom, of happiness, and of a fulfilled life. And finally, I want to remind you that every time you enter the moment of prayer, remember that it is the moment when you directly encounter God, the one who has given you strength, faith, and hope. Let every prayer of yours become living testimony to the sacred love, to the enduring faith that only the Most High can bestow. Share your story, spread the faith, and let every action of yours become a source of inspiration for the community. If you feel that this is the right time to change the way you approach prayer, please click the like button, share, and subscribe to our channel so as not to miss any inspiring videos. Let every day pass as a new chapter in your life, written with faith, gratitude, and reverence for the Most High. Remember that, although life is full of difficulties and challenges may make us falter, if we always keep our faith and open our hearts, the light of God will always guide us through every darkness. Act right now so that your prayer is elevated, and live with complete faith, for that is the key to opening a life full of happiness and peace. Together, let us move forward on the path of faith, where every Lord, hear our prayer is not only a word, but also the promise of a sacred relationship, an eternal commitment between man and the Most High. Let today become a turning point for you, the beginning of a new journey full of inspiration and meaning, where every moment contains faith, hope, and boundless comfort from God. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please support us by liking, sharing, and inviting everyone to join our community by subscribing to our channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.